The Pointing Dog Social Club is a celebration of good dogs, good people, and the great outdoors. We meet every week on the Courthouse Square of lovely Pointing Dog, Tennessee. We now join a meeting in progress with your host, Dr. John White.
Bonza Hatchie. Thank you. Welcome to another meeting of the Pointing Dog Social Club. Oh, and have we got an extraordinary special guest for you tonight. She's a chanteuse done sung with the Glenn Miller Band all over the world about 10 times over. And now she's come back to her hometown of Nashville, Tennessee, where she's singing with some of the top jazz musicians in this part of the world. We're so glad she drove down to Pointing Dog on her own, and we didn't have to buy her a bus ticket or nothing. I'm talking about my dear friend, Miss Julia Rich. Miss Julia Rich, everybody.
Thank you, John. It's so good to be with you at the Pointing Dog Social Club. I know you've had my good friend Mark Lanter on the program.
Yes, Mark is a wonder.
He is great. We've worked together several times at the W.C. Handy Festival in Florence, Alabama.
Well, I done said it, but I'm real excited you are here because I've always been a big fan.
And I'm a big fan of yours, John. You are a good entertainer.
Well, look at here. When you were growing up, you lived real near Pointing Dog in Columbia, Tennessee. In fact, that's where we met. You was Julia Blankenship back then, and you was a cheerleader, and I was quarterback of the football team.
I vividly remember the football team, especially number 84, but I don't recall seeing you on the field.
This is my radio show. I can say anything I want, but I will have to say number 84 was a great quarterback and an even greater guy, Mr. Kenny Gammons. Hey, I've known you since I was a shy, impressionable lad, but some of our club members might not be familiar with your marvelous showbiz career. Could you tell us a little bit about growing up in Nashville and how you got started singing and how you got hooked up with that Glenn Miller outfit?
Yes, I'm from Nashville. I grew up singing in church. I learned to sing harmony from the Methodist hymnal and also the Beatles. My father, the preacher, was one of 15 children, and the Blankenship boys could sing. It was a tradition at family reunions for them to stand together and put forth out of their hymn books. Now, my mother was not a great singer, but she was a great critic. She's from Chattanooga, and that's where I was teaching school when I got the opportunity to audition for the Glenn Miller Orchestra. And Butch Cornell, with whom I'd been working in some of the clubs, had been organist with Stanley Turrentine, and he helped me put together my audition tape, and I got the gig.
The album Sugar by Stanley Turrentine is one of my very favorites, and Butch played a big role in making that the most successful recording of Stanley Turrentine's career. Butch played organ on it, and he composed Sunshine Alley, a great track. I know you miss Butch, and I do too. He was a true gentleman. But back to your story, Julia. Butch helped you get the job, and how long were you with the band?
I was on the band 25 years. I did 24 tours of Japan, went to Iceland, Brazil, Lincoln Center, the Hollywood Bowl. And, to me, the Glenn Miller Orchestra is like the Beatles of the 40s. They had so many hits. Chattanooga Choo Choo, first gold record ever, In the Mood, String of Pearls, Pennsylvania 65000, Tuxedo Junction, Don't Sit Under the Apple Tree. But we toured 46 to 50 weeks a year. So it is good to be home in Nashville and sleeping in my own bed.
Well, we're dang glad you're back, and I'd like for our club members to hear you sing. Ladies and gentlemen, here's Julia Rich with a song she wrote, arranged by Tony Migliore, who also is on piano, along with Jim Ferguson on bass, Bob Mader on drums, and Ricky Woodard on tenor saxophone. If I Spoke French by Miss Julia Rich, everybody.
What do you see when you see me? My hair's a mess and so's my dress, and I talk like sausage gravy. I saw a dame, she looked the same, no great shakes, but when she spake, ooh la la baby. And if I spoke French, my hair would take on a different wave. If I spoke French, my dress would seem hip, not accidental. Every gesture would intrigue. I'd be oh so continental if I spoke French. Picture me in a restaurant, a Tony joint, but patrons point when my order I relay. I get the balk, it's how I talk, that makes me holler, bring me some collards and the grit souffle. But if I spoke French, my hair would take on a different wave. If I spoke French, the garçon could not ignore me. I'd have Chateauneuf de pop. The sommelier would adore me if I spoke French. Is pretty music, it changes how you look. Maybe in the library I'll find a Berlitz book. 'Cause if I spoke French, my hair would take on a different wave. If I spoke French, this dress would seem hip, not accidental. My every gesture would intrigue. I'd be oh so continental if I spoke French. The only thing more beautiful than speaking French is singing.
Oh, mercy, that was good.
Mayor